Hi, I'm Grant Judson, and the person I chose to do my interview with was Mike Kepler. He's my brother-in-law, and he's the commercial sales manager at Bridgestone Tires. I chose to do Mike because my sister would always say how people at his work looked up to him, and um, how just he was a all-around leader there. So and plus the sales is something that I'm interested in getting into, so that's why I chose him. The first question I asked him was, what was the most difficult obstacle to overcome when you started your career? And he said the hardest part was networking and like getting his foot in the door places, because he didn't know anybody, and where he went to college he wasn't required to do an internship. So he never really made like any of those connections with anybody to start off, so he had a hard time trying to find his first job just to get him the experience that he needed. And then the next question that I asked Mike was, as a college student, what can I do to prepare myself for the workplace? And he said, first thing, when you're in college, take as many global business classes as you can, because those will just set you up to know like different countries, and if you end up having to work there, because a lot of big businesses are based out of those countries. And he also said like just learning as much as you can about different places, and um, like I said earlier, just learning as much as you can about those places, so if you ever have to go there, you know some customs and stuff like that. And he also said that getting a master's is huge if you're interested in like really moving up in the company, and that's something he doesn't have. And he's kind of now thinking about going back and getting it because he wants to move up in his company, and in order to do that you almost have to have a master's. And we also talked about how certain schools like the one near me have 18-month programs to receive your master's. um, then I asked him kind of like what traits set you apart from others to make you, a better employee. And he said not his knowledge and researching like everything he can about his product, and like putting in the extra effort really sets him apart from um, other employees, because they're just kind of going in and putting in their time, and he puts in a lot of extra work outside of it. And he said that's really important if you really want to further yourself in your business and anything like that. And he also said learning to adapt to different situations, especially in sales, because you never know where you could be in a different place with different people, and you have to learn to adapt and to just go with the flow. Um, and I asked him like how much of what you do has been learned on the job versus what you learned earning your education. And he said 65% is learned on the job and 35% is learned like through your education. And that kind of interested me because I mean I've heard that, but to hear someone directly in my major and doing something I want to do to say that is a big deal to me. Um, he also said the big thing with going to school was like setting you up to understand the concepts that they're going to teach you more, and just having that basic business understanding and background was a big help. So that's like, because I asked him next, I'm like, so what's really the point of going to school? And that's kind of what he said to go along with that. And also nowadays you need it in order to be hired, because he works with some guys who didn't have to have that education to start out, and now he's getting a lot further than them though. So, and the last thing that we discussed was just how networking was just so important to success, and that if you ever have an opportunity to go out with someone or just like to get to know someone better, do it, because it'll further yourself with that person. And also, you never know, because that's how he got his job at Bridgestone. Was one of the one of his old buddies that he went out with ended up getting a job here, and then Mike wanted a job there, and he hooked him up with the job. So that just shows you how important networking is. Overall, I think it was just a really good experience to interview someone in my field like that, and to learn a lot more about the business of sales and everything else. So, yeah, thank you.